It's little bunnies jumping in the woods, gumdrops and rainbows. But when you get out there, you turn into a different person. And it's not fair to everybody else who complies and the potential danger.
Well, he's crossing the bridge with everyone in the family.
He's burned it. God, dog it.
I need to be transferred because in my pod, they were touching on me inappropriately and saying sexual things that were making me uncomfortable.
Pause right here, because this isn't just a judge being dramatic. When Judge Fletcher talks about gumdrops and rainbows, he's calling out a classic courtroom problem: defendants who sound compliant in court but act recklessly once released. Judges track behavior, not promises, and when someone keeps catching new cases while on bond, that patience runs out fast. Question for you: should the system keep giving chances, or does public safety come first once a pattern is clear?
Good morning, Mr. Jenkins. So we brought you out because your lawyer wants to talk about what's going on with your case. I don't know. You tell me what you'd like to.
Well, Judge, there's several things I want to address, right?
Okay.
His reckless driving was dismissed. The felony case that caused you to place him in county and raise his bonds has been disposed of. It was reduced to a misdemeanor, I guess, last week or so sometime. So
I don't know. I don't know anything about what's
so now we're stuck with two terroristic threat cases, one against his brother. Watson
Yes.
has spoken with his brother about that case. We were here, I believe, Tuesday. We reset it to today to see if the investigator could find any audio or video that was associated with one of the cases involving Crutch Fitness and an employee there. It's my understanding.
So I spoke to the officer. He told me he was going that day last week, and I've reached out to him again, and now he's saying he's going today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, officers are busy.
Yeah.
I get, but, and we can't just expect them to drop on a dime to get something, right?
No, right, and I understand. But I think that if we were to come to a disposition of this case, like Mr. Jenkins wants, I think it's one, simply just to get out of custody. And I think that
I get it, because no one wants to stay in jail, right? But
I also think that he has arguably some good arguments to make in his defense, not only for the Crutch Fitness case, but given now that his brother's not on board to prosecute. I was asking at his request for a time served. State is not willing to do that. They'd like him to be TRAS and whatnot. I'm partly out here asking so he can hear what's going on out here. Secondly, I see that the bonds are $10,000. His father is here present. His father came from overseas just to help address what was going on. They visited
that's
yesterday.
nice. Where's Dad?
Dad is right here at the front right
Come
now.
on, Dad, come on. Thank you so much for coming.
So both cases are set at 10,004. With that present, I'm asking for a reduction in those cases. I don't think a personal bond, I'd ask for a PR bond. I have to ask. But given that a personal bond is not on the table with both those cases, I would ask for a reduction of $2,500 per case, Judge. I say that because initially he was taken into custody. Jail therapy was part of the initial reason why, not the entire reason why. I think Mr. Jenkins has been in there since January 14th, over 2 months. I can see it on his eyes when we speak. He doesn't have the same livelihood he did whenever he was wanting to fight these cases. I think the jail therapy has worked. It's done its case, and I think $2,500 is enough to let him know that he has to be back in court, and whoever puts that money up, that he's responsible for that money in full, should he not abide by it.
It's not just to come back to court. Every time we give Mr. Jenkins a bond, he picks up a new case. Since January, we're on our 4th case. And they're dangerous cases. They're not cases where it's like
This is a huge legal moment. Bond isn't about punishment, it's about risk. And the prosecutor just laid out a brutal timeline. Every release followed by a new, more serious charge. That's why you hear the judge emphasizing dangerous cases. At this point, the court isn't asking if Jenkins deserves freedom. It's asking whether the community can afford the risk. Engagement check. If you were the judge, would you still lower the bond here?
You think trespass or like a theft from a Walmart. No, they're serious, dangerous cases. Your first case is a reckless driving. While you're on bond, you pick up a felony. What was the felony initially that got?
It was a 3rd-degree evading of the motor vehicle.
So evade. So he's on bond for reckless driving. We ordered him, hey, no more reckless driving, please. Just think about the community. Don't endanger the community. Picks up an evading in a motor vehicle. Third degree felony, looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. He gets out. Then he picks up in October a terroristic threat, gets out again, and then now picks up another terroristic threat the same month. So it's what we ask you to do. It goes in one ear and it goes out the other ear. And the problem is now you're stuck because the bonds are high. Your dad is here, which is great because it shows support. But the problem is, if I let you out, are you going to pick up a 5th case?
No, sir.
Well, I know you're going to say no. You said that the first 4 times. The only way I really get to know you is how you look on paper, because that tells me who you are. When you tell me something, for me now, it goes in one ear and it goes out the other, because I know you're going to tell me what I want to hear. It's little bunnies jumping in the woods, gumdrops and rainbows. But when you get out there, you turn into a different person. And it's not fair to everybody else who complies and the potential danger to everyone. We're not asking for much. I'm just asking you to be safe. Don't do anything. Think before you act. I've repeatedly told you that. So I get that you feel like, and you look but are we really supposed to keep doing this? State, what's your position?
Bond reduction, Your Honor. It's had a habeas issue, pending cases. Direct driving is not dismissed by us, it's dismissed by felony. Part of his plea negotiations with felony there, they would be opposed.
How is it that just the 2 cases were, because they're not even in the same
Right, I don't.
same transaction. I don't understand how these things are happening now, because I see a lot of judges complaining,
Because I did not file that, and I was like, I'm pretty sure, so I went to check and it was a felony prosecutor.
So who is the first terroristic threat?
The first terroristic threat was brother.
Who's the second one?
Second one is a manager at a gym.
Here's what I would like to do. I would like to have him TRAS to see how we go forward, because I just don't know. A TRAS is an evaluation where we have clinicians talk to him and see, they ask him all kinds of questions about his life, about his history, any drug history, living situation they ask, and they determine that, okay, this person may need treatment. This person may not need as intensive in treatment to where he can be on the outside and doing it. I don't know how to go forward. But it scares me because I don't want him to pick up a 5th case. I don't know what he's doing in life. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
How do I know that? Just you're headed nowhere quick. And we don't want to see that. We don't want you to end up as a statistic.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I've been trying very, very hard to get a start up in sales, because I want to do sales. That's the best way for me to go without having a degree, because I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and so doing independent contractor work, it allows me to be able to make money, on my own time, and then invest into what I want to invest into on the side. Because I don't believe that working a job for the rest of my life is a way for me to live my life. And I agree with you that I keep on catching cases, but it's not because I want to start trouble. It's just because I have too much time on my hands, and the things that I want to get started, I haven't gotten started yet because I procrastinate a lot. I know that I do that, but it's not because I can't control myself. I have a lot of self-control, and if you let me be free, it's
Terroristic
not.
threat says the otherwise. A terroristic threat says that when you get angry, you pop off and you have no self-control and you start throwing out threats, right? Without, that says no self-control.
Well, I would say, Judge, on that one, just this is at a gym, but there was also a basketball game that had just happened. So it's important, and the reason why I brought up the evidence, because there's 2 sides of the story, and so I just needed to verify.
I always, right.
Right.
There's
We
always
understand that.
two
I just want him
sides.
to know that we're advocating for him as well. That we are doing the investigation, and I worry that if he just signs to get out, that it puts him in a cyclical sort of situation. 1, and 2, that he's only doing it just because he doesn't want to get out. And that's why I'm addressing the bonds.
I'm not going to take it.
And that's why I was addressing the bonds, because, and this is not even a guarantee that father is gonna pay the bonds. This is just to.
Let me ask you this. If we let you out, where are you gonna go? Where do you have to go?
My mom, she'll let me stay back at the house. I know that if she doesn't let me stay at the house, then I'll find a place to stay. But
I'm not letting you out to the street. They'll eat you alive.
well, I was
The
staying
only
in my
way that I would even-
I have family on the outside.
But if they're not going to take you,
That's not
It's a
fair to
problem.
just have me in jail because I had a place to stay and now I don't because I was in jail. Being in jail is not the place for me. The only way to elevate my life is
4 different chances, Mr. Jenkins.
I wasn't in jail before those chances. I've been in jail now, so I understand my consequences more. That's what jail is for, to learn your lesson.
You live across the country or
Yeah, I've been living in Europe for the last 6 months. So I took an assignment in Europe.
who else? Is there anyone here that's willing to take Mr. Jenkins in?
Well, he's crossing the bridge with everyone in the family.
He's burned it. God dog it. You know, it's never good to burn a bridge because you never know when you need to cross it. When you act like an a-hole to everybody and you shut everybody out, this is the exact example of why you don't do that. I would consider if you had a place to go, because I'm telling you now, I'm not letting you out to the street. If you have nowhere to go, then that's set you
Find a place
up.
to go, but I can't find a place to go if I'm in jail. I have nobody to call in jail. Nobody answers my phone when I'm in jail. So if I stay in jail, that's gonna be my life forever. It's gonna be a kid that had a chance in life to a kid that has a life in jail now because of a few mistakes that I know not to make anymore.
Let this be a lesson.
If I'm able to go through the back, Judge, and find some kind of social program, and work that way and provide evidence to the court that they can house him.
My parents will help me find a homeless shelter. They'll help me find a homeless shelter to stay at. Like they did that before.
I just don't want to preempt.
Really?
He burned every bridge. He has I have 6 boys and he's number 5. His auntie, his grandmother. And he shoot everybody's bad. So
I've stayed in the homeless shelter before and I've done well in the homeless shelter. I was able to take care of myself and function in the homeless shelter and they helped me find the homeless shelter. So I can find a place to live, but if I'm in jail my life gets worse and
I know you're desperate to get out, but I don't understand what could have been so bad that you burned so many bridges with damn near everybody in your family. What the hell happened, man?
I started.
You know?
Just reflect on that. Don't answer.
I mean,
that evaluation would be great. Because he was evaluated before and he was medicated, but he refused to take his medication.
that's big. You know, the problem is, Mr. Jenkins, is that we get a lot of people here that they're supposed to take medication, right? And they start to take it and things go great. The problem is that things do go great when you take your medication. And a lot of people say, you know what? I don't need this anymore. I'm doing great. And when they stop taking it, everything turns right back into scheisse. You know, that's the problem. When you're taking your medication, things go great. You must continue to take it.
Can I say something? Hold on. The medication.
Not talk about the cases.
I know I'm talking about the medications. The medications, they were making me drowsy. So I was in process of getting on new medications that were uppers and not downers because at the time I didn't have a car. So I was going through a lot more stress. It was the same position I'm going to be in now. So I know that's not a good argument. But finding a medication that has me up instead of down so that I can function and find a job and make money. Because really, it's not, but my life is bad and I'm going through what I'm going through because I'm not where I want to be in life. I don't have any money and I can't take care of myself because of that. So that causes a lot of mental illness. That's what you can call it, mental illness, but it's really just going through life and having stress going through life. That's the problem I'm dealing with, not having any money. So once I have money, you'll see a completely change. It'll be like I'm on the best medication ever once I have money.
Do you think that me just letting you out, poof, you're going to get money?
I'm not saying that, but I can show you by going to the therapies and the classes that I'm doing better, and then I'm trying to elevate my life to a point where I can take care of myself and I don't have to depend on anybody in my family. And then you'll see that proof change once I'm in a position where I can take care of myself. I can promise you that you'll see that proof change as soon as I can take care of myself because I have money now.
Look at the assessment for Monday.
Great. I'd like to do a TRAS to see how we go forward because I don't know. But I'm going to tell you now, I'm not letting you just out to the street. So do you mind?
I will research through the program.
No. But also perhaps if you can try to like make a good faith effort to reach out to the family, see if anyone, I'm happy to talk to them too, to try to help convince, to see if they'll.
We speak extensively, but yes, sir.
So we're talking to have him set the Job Corps. So there's a Job Corps at St. Marcus that he qualifies for because he doesn't have any felony. So he can go to Job Corps, learn a trade, and stay up there if he's willing to do that.
The problem is that is he going to do it?
Right.
Yes, sir. I will do it though. I'm very
If you're in
willing.
jail, everybody will say anything just to get out of jail. And then when you get out there though, what's really going to happen?
I don't have a car, so I need to find a way to support myself. So any job right now is a good opportunity for me because I have to save up to get a car to
So
take care of myself.
Mr. Jenkins, where is Job Corps? Is it just in San Marcos? There's nothing
Have
here?
some other ones, but that's the closest one.
Because what I'm thinking is that we could probably do something to try to resolve these cases and perhaps make that a condition that he does Job Corps.
Is it possible that the court could order that as a, well, I'll discuss it whenever we.
Right. I would say that we do it as part of perhaps some kind of global agreement where, first have them TRAS, let's see what they say, and then perhaps we make it a condition that he does Job Corps.
Yeah, that's,
And the thing, I don't know, if it's in San Marcos, I have an issue because I don't know how we can supervise it, right? But if there's something here, that would be great.
I'll just lay
Or
it
something closer.
Are we, I think, Robert referred, or I made 12 months to get here.
Can you try
Last
that?
week, not the last week.
First have them TRAS,
Sure.
see what they say, come back on Monday or probably Tuesday or Wednesday, because we got to give it a couple days.
You need a drug test too? A drug test?
He'll be clean now. He's been in custody. Well, I hope they don't have dope in the jail. I mean, I know that he's been in custody for quite a while, but if we do let him out on, say, some kind of diversionary program or probation or whatnot, he will absolutely be tested, and a lot, because I would make it a condition that he gets tested a lot. And I'm going to tell you now, if you do get out, one of the conditions will be that you take your medication. One of the other conditions is that you get your driver's license. One of the other conditions that, we'll try to find you some kind of housing so that you have somewhere to stay, because I don't want you out on the street, and that you get to the Job Corps. So we want you to succeed. I don't want you to just stay in jail. I don't want you to be a statistic. I want you to leave here better than you came. But me just letting you out now, just for shits and giggles, that it would throw you out to the wolves, because I think that you, with proper structure, you're going to go do what you've been doing for the last.
I need to be transferred because in my pod they were touching on me inappropriately and saying sexual things that were making me uncomfortable.
And Judge, not regarding that, that's another issue. The reason I was hesitant to sign a defer is because I was expecting to see, I got to make sure that the evidence is correct, and I really wanted to see.
You don't have everything?
No, I'm saying the surveillance that we were waiting on from the investigator. I was
Oh,
wanting.
this is from what you were talking about. Okay, I get it.
I'm keeping that off of it. This is not practical defense.
No, and I'm saying from
So,
part,
look,
and I think
just,
I didn't want to, Judge, just have him sign something just so he can get out. I understand he's in jail and I understand it's bad in there.
let's have him TRAS.
Sure.
In the meantime, try to get the video, subpoena the officer to get here, because it's been since October.
She's been looking for him. I'm not saying they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I'm saying as my job as well, I got to make sure that, the
Sure.
burden is held and.
But if you subpoena the officer to come to court, that,
Fully,
you know what I mean?
and that, Your Honor, and that's why I'm keeping the offer open. It's not trying to put defense on the spot.
No.
It's
That's-
just,
I didn't feel
keeping the
that as
offer
well.
open. It's not like I'm trying to rush this
So-
here.
Have him evaluated Monday. It takes 2 to 3 days to get the results. In the interim, Matt's gonna get all the evidence so they can see the surveillance, they can see everything, so that all you guys can have a meeting and see what is out there. And then perhaps maybe like Wednesday or Thursday, we can come up with a plan on how to go forward. Is that okay? Matt,
Yes, sir.
how long
So-
do you to be here?
I'm gonna be here until we resolve it. I was supposed to leave on the 29th. I can stick it out.
Okay? We'll try to do it as fast as possible.
I have to be back by the 11th.
Oh, yeah, well, sure, absolutely. My main concern is where is he gonna live when he gets out? Because
His plans was his vehicle, but his vehicle is free from. We just found out yesterday because we didn't know where it was at. So it's the car that he was.
car's gone, car's gone.
So I have 3 vehicles. I was gonna try to get him. I don't know if he has a license or anything.
Can you run his license,
Yes,
please?
Judge.
Before you just start driving and getting out there, just make sure that you yourself are good. Before you start doing all
I'm
this.
very confident.
Just listen, real quick, and then you can speak.
I know you are, but I mean, taking the medication, if you're taking any, so that you get everything, you do it in steps. You don't start running or start walking. There's a process.
I need to be out of jail. My mental is way worse when I'm in jail than when I'm in the free world. In the free world, I'm on a way better position to take care of myself and elevate my life to where I need to be. In jail, it's the opposite.
Okay. This is what you consider when you're out there in the free world.
And I understand. I wasn't
Stop
considering that before,
interrupting
but
the judge.
I will now that I've been in jail. I understand what jail is, and there's a place I don't want to be. I understand what I'm dealing with on the free world and what I need to do in the free world in order to not come back to jail. I
Mr.
understand that.
Jenkins, we're in the home stretch.
You gotta stop from behind.
We are in the home stretch. Matt, in the interim, if you could please just find,
Yes,
you
I
need
will
to
do.
find a home. I'm happy to talk to any family members to help try to convince.
The
And his
shelter that
driver's
he was in
license is
before.
eligible, Your Honor.
The shelter he was in before was an age group and they have to have beds. So he wasn't in a real homeless shelter. He was in a place where children go from 18 to like 21. It's a shelter, but I think all that's over now. So he won't be able to get him in one of those places. The only other place he can go to a real shelter that he has to be in at 6 o'clock to get up in there and live on the street or go to Job Corps. Though he doesn't understand that those shelters doesn't exist anymore. Those kids shelters.
Hear that?
I understand that, sir.
Yes,
And I
that's
can-
it, that's it, that's it.
And he's aging out, so he hasn't taken his medicine because he's 22 now, so we can't make him take his medicine. We can make him believe it.
I can as a condition of anything to release. So we will make it. And if it doesn't start happening, and if he doesn't take the medication, he'll stay with me. And we'll keep doing this until it takes. I can hold on to you for 3 years, man. Really. All right. I think we're good. We got a plan.
Yes, sir.
We'll set it for, I guess, Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll come back and then hopefully we can have everything resolved. Okay? Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it.
This is where the case turns from criminal law to human psychology. Medication compliance, mental health evaluations, burned family bridges. These are massive red flags for any judge. The court isn't just deciding jail or release anymore. It's deciding whether structure can save this young man from becoming exactly what the judge fears, another statistic. Final question. Is this a system failing someone in crisis or protecting everyone else from someone who won't follow the rules? Subscribe now and comment below. Was the judge's decision fair?